Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about Cusco, and I'm specifically going to give you travel tips, guidelines, suggestions, and some advice on how to travel effectively and efficiently to Cusco. And so, specifically, I'm going to give you some tips for tourists, some tips about the weather, some tips about the food and water prices, the hotel prices, and then lastly, everything that you could do as a tourist in Cusco. Okay, so let's jump right into this. All right, and so first things first. Here's a nice view of Cusco. This is actually from Sacsayhuaman, which is a nearby Conquer Inca ruin site that you can see if you purchase a tourist ticket. We'll talk more about that. But this is what Cusco looks like up from the mountains. Very beautiful city. Here's actually what a lot of the streets look like in Cusco, which is pretty interesting. It's if you've ever been to, for instance, San Francisco in the United States, there's a lot of hills, hill roads that resemble a lot like this in Cusco, and there's also a lot of thin sidewalk areas where only one person can actually fit on the sidewalk, and there'll be cars driving down that same street. And so, very interesting setup for the town. And so here's Sacsayhuaman. We'll talk more about that once I get there. Cristo Blanco. It's one of the statues that overlooks, or the statue that overlooks Cusco. And here's part of the Plaza de Armas. This was actually taken during Inti Raymi, and so that's why there's a lot of people. Here is the view from Coricancha in Cusco. It's the old abandoned Inca spiritual center, I guess is the best way to put it. And so there's what's left of that. And then back to the Plaza de Armas. This is what it looks like when it's full. There's always something going on in Cusco. And this is the Plaza de Armas. There's always something going on in the Plaza de Armas. At least is what it seems like in the month that I was there. Anytime I would go to the Plaza de Armas, it didn't always look exactly like this. But there was always something going on, like a parade or music or dance. And so that's what Cusco looks like specifically. Now, as I promised, I want to talk to you guys about some more things. And so first things first, tourist sense, guys, okay? There's a lot of, shall we say, tourist traps in Cusco, okay? So, for example, if you're walking down a street in Cusco, you might hear a lot of women say, massage, massage, massage. And anywhere you go, you will be offered a massage, to be clean your shoes, or really a lot of random street vendor things like that. For instance, selling artwork. There's people who sell artwork and they will aggressively try to sell artwork for you. Personal story. I actually one time got talked into buying artwork from somebody just because he was so nice to me and he showed me a place to eat lunch. And he said that afterwards that he was going to, show me his artwork since he showed me a place to eat food. And I thought maybe I would lose him, but I didn't lose him. And I actually ended up buying artwork. So long story short, the point being is just be careful about the street vendors if you want to save your money. Cusco is one of the places where you will find a lot of, shall we say, tourist traps. Okay, and so other than that, that's all I have for street sense. Just be smart, especially being a tourist. Peru revolves around tourism for its economy. Awesome, right? No problems there. But if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, and you're there to maybe just hop over to Machu Picchu, make that clear and just be firm with people, okay? Because, as I was saying, Peru revolves around tourism, and so a lot of the locals there will see you as somebody who can, pay their bills, okay? So I'm not saying this is bad, but it's just how it works over there, okay? So just be conscious of that. And then, secondly, guys, the weather, okay? Let's actually talk about this. So, let me move me out of the way here. So, if you're expecting Cusco to be a really hot place, well, you might actually be surprised because since it is so far above sea level, I believe it's like 10,000 meters above sea level, something ridiculous, okay? I'm from Denver, which is only a mile high. It's way higher than Denver, almost twice above sea level as Denver is, okay? And so even though it's close to the equator, it's not really the hottest place in the world, specifically because it's elevation. So here's the average temperatures. And so these are actually a pretty good picture of what it will feel like to be in Cusco in the 50s, 40s, okay, as a general rule of thumb. Yes, it will go up pretty high, highs of 17 Celsius. It can get up to 71, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I've felt that before. Okay, so that is a possibility, but I just wanted to point that out, that the weather might be something that you might be concerned about if you don't like cold weather specifically, okay? And so next I want to talk to you guys about food prices and water prices. Okay, so this one will be pretty simple. If you're looking for food in Cusco, you're going to probably use the Peruvian currency, right, the sole. And so you're going to have a very bare minimum of 4 soles a meal. And that's if you want the entry level meal, which really isn't that bad. If you get a 4 sole meal, for example, you will get a sopa or a soap and an entree to go with it. Okay, but the prices for food can also obviously go upwards of, you name the price, 60 soles and up. Okay, so really theoretically or realistically ranging from about $1 to 20 and up. Okay, so that's the ranging for food in Cusco. Now, the water prices. And so if you are going to Cusco and you're from for example, the United States, like me, you might be surprised to know that you actually have to buy water when you are in Cusco. For whatever reason, the tap water is not fresh. You don't want to drink it, and so you have to buy bottled water. It's a little bit of an inconvenience, but it's actually not that bad. Okay, most of the big bottles of bottled water, I'm talking like big old 2 liters, 3 soles, 4 soles, so like $1.25, or actually like $1. Okay, so really not that bad for the prices for food and water. Okay, and next, the hotel prices. If you want to stay in a hotel in Cusco, it'll be about $20 to $40 a night. And what will you get for $20 to $40 a night? It'll be nice. Okay, it'll have everything that you would expect in America. The hot shower. One thing that's kind of weird and that you will have to learn about Peru is that if you are using the toilet, you do not flush toilet paper down the toilet. You have to actually put them in a trash can, which usually they have next to the toilet. Okay, but long story short, the prices for hotels about at least $20 if you want a nice accommodation. Okay, if you want to stay on a budget, travel on a budget, if you're a budget traveler, you can get a hotel for as little as 15 soles a night. I did it right off the Plaza de Armas. There's this place called the Backpackers Hostel right off of a street named Procuradores, which is 15 soles per night. So this is obviously at the time of making this video, maybe it's 20, 25 soles right now, don't know, but odds are it's still at 15 soles a night. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what you can get for hotel prices. If you are actually wanting to rent, you can stay in Cusco for 1 month in the 450 to 600 sole range for 1 month's rent. Okay, so that's a little bit about the hotel prices and obviously renting prices if you're interested in doing that. Now let's talk about the boleta turístico. Okay, and so this is something that you're going to want to get if you want to, go to the ruins of Sacsayhuaman or the ruins of Pisac or the ruins of Ollantay Tambo. Okay, and so as it says right here, it's only about $43, 130 soles for adults, or for students, 70 soles or $23. Okay, and they actually do check the expiration date on the student ID because I had an old college student ID that I tried to use. They just didn't have a expiration date. They wouldn't let me do that. So just so you know, that's that, and it will get you into all of these places right here. Okay, and so, to be honest, will you actually go to all these places and do all these things? Probably not. Okay, so I would specifically recommend seeing Sacsayhuaman. I would recommend seeing Pisac. I would recommend seeing Ollantay Tambo. I would recommend, maybe, kind of, sort of recommend seeing Chinchero. Okay, and then also the Coricancha, the Inca church. They might call it, no, it's not the Church of San Blas. The Cusco Cathedral. That'd be this one right here. Okay, so that's the old Inca church, and they call it the Cusco Cathedral, I guess, now. But Coricancha is the other Inca name for it. Okay, and so if you wanted to see other tourist sites in Cusco, maybe, for example, you are interested in the Incas, there is this awesome place named the Museo Inca, which is right next to the Plaza de Armas in Cusco, which is only 10 soles, which has a lot of other historical artifacts that you would find interesting if you are a history person. Okay? But other than that, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy your trip to Cusco. Travel safe. Peace.